Cool. So now today we are going to discuss about ensemble machine learning techniques. What is ensemble machine learning techniques? Let's first discuss about that part, then we'll come into the point. Okay. So I believe everyone knows about whenever we are going to develop a machine learning application, the application flow is it? Oh, sorry. I was in mute. Sorry. Okay, cool. So hello everyone, good morning, and hope you guys enjoyed your new year and wishing you all happy new year. With this, let's start the topic. Thank you. Okay, so now is it audible and visible, loud and clear, everything? Cool. So now today we are going to discuss our new topic, which is called ensemble machine learning techniques. And ensemble machine learning is what we'll discuss later on. But before that, I just wanted to give a quick recap, whatever we had discussed so far, so far. So we had discussed many machine learning algorithms like linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree, random forest, k near neighbor. This kind of algorithm we have been discussed. The agenda of any kind of machine learning algorithm was is quite clear, that we have to predict something. Okay, and we also know second thing is that in AI 1 plus 1 never become a 2. Okay, it can be 2, it can be anything. So that's also we have to take a precautions whenever we are building any kind of machine learning. Third thing is that whenever you are applying any kind of machine learning algorithm, you should take care of these things, like you should not apply machine learning algorithm without any manual experiment. Okay, so like machine learning is very important and very urgent at all in this era, but again, without understanding the flow, without understanding the actually how what to develop or how to develop, you should not focus on the machine learning. Okay, and any kind of machine learning application flow, the flow is quite similar. First we have to gather the data, do the EDA, understand, apply the statistical and graphical data visualization called as EDA, then apply the machine learning algorithm, parameter tuning, then again evaluate your model, retrain the model, do the testing, again verify the data, again do the training, retraining, and this process will keep on going on. That's what data scientist or AI team exist in this universe. That's the whole point of view of any kind of machine learning algorithm, whatever it is. It's not about machine learning, it's about any kind of AI domain. Either you are in the computer vision, or you are an NLP engineer, or you are a machine learning engineer, or you are anything in the AI aspect. Okay, so this is the complete life cycle of any kind of data scientist in this era. Okay, so these things is getting automated. Again, I'm saying whatever you learn, that is the only 20 to 30% of whole thing, whatever industry you're working. Again, I'm repeating this word. So whatever things you learn, it's just 20 to 30%, guys, just 20 to 30%. Okay, 70 to 80% still you have to learn, because see, in day-to-day job, it's not, it means your day-to-day job will not be like that. You are going to write a algorithm, you are always doing the training and kind of thing. No, this is not your day-to-day job. This is only one-time job. Okay, but your day-to-day job will be fixing the issues, developing the product, developing understanding, going to the on-call process, understanding where the ML algorithm got failed. This is called a monitorization. Okay, monitoring the thing. That's again, and third thing is that the building the CI/CD, understanding the flow, how we can automate the process, and what whenever you are writing the algorithm, what are the test cases you want to test whenever you are going to develop your algorithm. Again, so whenever you are developing, whenever you are writing, whenever you are creating any kind of machine learning algorithm, you are the best person to test your algorithm. That's the one fact I would like to say. You cannot judge anyone others testing your algorithm. No one can test better than you. Whenever you are, it's not about the other app, like other application, like let's suppose everyone having used the phone pay and Paytm, this kind of application can test by anyone. But whenever you are writing your algorithm, no one can test, because you know what the algorithm, what the logic you have been built inside of your model, but others only know, okay, if I'll pass this one and one, the output will be two. But you know, if output is getting, you know, like already, you know, in AI, one plus one never become a two, right? It can be anything. So whenever it can be anything, you can understand what happened internally here. Okay, others cannot know. So that's what you, whenever you are going to hire as a machine learning engineer, your responsibility will be very high. Okay, your responsibility is very high just because of that. Like, you are going to test your algorithm. First thing is that you are going to work as a tester as well, you are going to work as a developer as well, and third thing is that you are going to you know, work as a DevOps guys as well. That's what there is in data scientist domain. I always used to, let me write it down something. Okay, so whenever I am going for any kind of data science class, I always be clear with the thing. Like, it's not about that if you are going to train under me, you will be a data scientist, because itself is a huge topic, right? So let's suppose, just try to understand. once you, After completion of this course, you become a data scientist. Okay, no doubt you become a data scientist. Now you only know only 20 to 30% that I am going to give you the bit. Okay, so with this 20 and 30%, how you can survive in this world, how you can survive in your organization, that's again challenging task. Getting a job is one challenge, surviving inside a job, that is another challenge. I have seen many of people, they got a good job under the good package, but they couldn't survive there. Okay, so how they are getting job, that's a there is a different scenario. Someone is doing the proxy, someone is doing the taking the help with others, and they are getting the job. I'm frankly speaking, if you are getting the job like this, you cannot survive. Again, you have to struggle a lot, because I'll tell you. So that's the reason behind of it. So see, after learning these things, if you just keep on trying, you're getting the job, good job, and any company, that's a one hunch. You are enabled to apply for any kind of data scientist domain. But second thing, I at the same time I would like to say one thing. You should you should be enabled to learn anything, whatever things is coming in your domain. I'll tell you what are the things you can go ahead with that next onwards. So first thing, you can see, you already know the ML, you know ML and D. It's a D, I can say, like only 10% you know, 90% you don't know at all. So so you can go with the deployment process that is coming under a DevOps. So DevOps, you can select. It's not DevOps completely, I can say. I would like to say ML DevOps. Okay, ML DevOps, or you people used to call this role as a ML engineer. Okay, this role is in organization is getting defined as a ML engineer. So you can select this domain, and it will not take more than 1 month. Within a 1 month, you can be a pro. So here, what are the things you will get learned? Here, the things you are going to learn: Docker, Kubernetes. Again, this is not your job, but if you are knowing these things, then it's a good to know. Then it will add the advantage in your resume, because you are multitasker. You have a multi skills personality. So automatically, if you are something weak in some domain, we all know everything is available over the Google, right? Everyone knows, even interviewer also knows, right? So they are not going to more concerned towards your skills, like okay, you should be a very professional, you should be a very perfect in the particular domain. Not like that. You should, at least you should know what are the things, how the things is getting work. Even apart from this, if you have some knowledge about the like side thing, like you should know about the Docker, Kubernetes, and here is the another skills is like Git. It's a version control, so everything will get learned here. Like let me show you 1 minute. So here you will learn Git and CI/CD pipeline, integration, continuous deployment, and fourth is again AWS. If you have some patience, if you have some like time that you can invest to learn something, awesome, which is called cloud computing, then it will be great help to your career growth. I would like to say go with the AWS certification. Okay, this certification is not going to provide by any kind of organization or institute. You have to collect 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, let me bring my. Okay, am I audible? Can you guys please confirm? Cool, thank you. Just a minute, let me see. Okay. So I was what I was talking about that, like afterwards, like after completion of this course, what you can go ahead with that. So if you have a patience, if you have a time to spend something, see, I'm not saying like spend up time like 24 out of 24, 18 hours you have to spend. At least every day, continuously, if you are focusing on the AWS, like 3 to 4 hours, you can be a certified AWS engineer. Okay, so this certification is not going to given by any kind of institute or organization can give it to you. You have to get this certification done from AWS itself. Okay, so here is the three type of certification is coming. I Let me write it down those things. So here is the certification level is one, second, and third. So you can go with the first part. Once you are completing this first certification, you are automatically getting some bonus to enroll for the second certification. So it's a bit costly, I would like to say. Its cost is around 15,000 rupees. This certification is getting under 15,000 rupees for every certificate. But once you are completing this first certificate, you will be enabled for the second. But I am damn sure once you are crack this first or second certificate, you will get a good package at all. Okay, so people are getting these things, people are earning this thing, and on top of that, if you have already one advantage which is called ML, so you no need to think around at all. You will ultimately get a job. That's the one thing. Okay, so this is apart from the work, apart from the curriculum, apart from the skills whatever we are learning here. But yeah, I just wanted to say, like, what are the things you can do in the next moment, and these things you should keep even you are getting the job. Let's suppose you got the job after learning these things, you no need to worry, and you should go ahead with these skills as well. Okay, this will add you always the advantage. And again, this certification value is only for 1 year. So after 1 year again you have to reapply for the certificate. That's what company are paying for many engineers for do this certification. Okay, so similarly in AWS, similar to the AWS, Azure also providing the certificate, but I never recommend go with the Azure or GCP because many company are not using this. Like 10 to 20% company are you going with Azure and GCP. 80% company are moved already towards the AWS. That's what go with the AWS. Okay, so once you are completed these things, you are good to go. You can at least survive in this IT domain to 3 to 4 or 5 years. Okay, that's a fine. That's a hunch here. Any questions so far? Cool. So now let's discuss about the ensemble machine learning techniques. So these things is coming, whatever we discuss now, these things will come after your machine learning. This is not a in between of machine learning you are going to do. This part will come under the after machine learning. Once you learn this machine learning and you want to productionize something. So making the things in a production, there is a different way. Every organization following different architecture. Okay, someone going with the Docker, someone going with the Docker with Kubernetes, someone having their own pipeline set up in the AWS. That is again which you are going to learn in your whenever you will do the certification in here. Okay, so that's a hunch here. Now coming to the Ensemble machine learning technique, what I wanted to say, Ensemble machine learning. So before getting Ensemble machine learning, I would like to ask three questions. Let's suppose let's suppose so there is a one tournament is gone. Let's suppose there is a one quiz competition is going on, and you are the candidate of for that quiz, and you got some question, and that question you don't know. So you do like a phone a fan call, or so you will get a chance to call three-person, and you have to decide what answer has to be selected. So the answer is the options is one. Wait a minute. The option is 1 2 3, and you told to your friend 1 2 3. Out of three, 2% is saying option 2 and 1% is saying option 3. Which option you will select in the quiz? Obviously 2, because many people are saying this answer. Similarly, ensemble machine learning is something like we are going to train, we are going to not going to get the result with one machine learning model. Instead of getting the one machine learning model, we are going to ensemble of different machine learning algorithm, and after algorithm, whatever algorithm, let's suppose 5 to 6 algorithm we have been built, and first model is saying option 2, second model is saying option 2, third model is saying option 3, fourth model is saying option 1, and we are going to decide that based on the prioritize, like whatever model means how many model has been said, like which option is correct. So we are going to ensemble different algorithm here. That is called ensemble machine learning. Okay, so there is again, this ensemble is a just term, but in order to develop this ensemble machine learning technique, we have a different kind of algorithms we already have. So let's discuss about this algorithm. Okay, so first algorithm is called boosting. I'll talk about this boosting, then bagging, then ADA boosting, and axi boosting. So these are the different kind of techniques it is. We'll discuss one by one. Okay, so what is boosting? Boosting is an ensemble machine learning algorithm, meaning it involved in the several trees, and that start from the weaker decision and keeps the building the model such that final prediction weighted sum of all the weaker decision makers, and the weight are assigned based on the performance of the individual tree. What we are trying to do is just try to understand how the decision tree is getting worked. So let's suppose I want to go for the night party or the Friday. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to check, okay, whether it's a weekend or weekdays. First thing. Second check is what? Is it a month end or is it a not month end? Third thing, whether I have enough money or not. Or fourth check is what? What is the weather condition? If all coming in my favor, then only I will go for the night party, right? This is the situation. So similarly, in the boosting, what we are trying to do, we are going to associate different weak learners in the sense of like, okay, have you heard about this statement? Boon boon se talab bharti hai, right? So what we are trying to do, we are going to develop a weak learner, multiple weak learners, and with the weak learners, we are going to train our model. And whenever we have to predict something, we are going to pass different weak learner. Let's suppose first weak learner, you can see with this diagram. First weak learner is this one. Second weak learner is this one. Third weak learner is this one, and fourth week and nth weak learner. So we are going to develop a n number of weak learner, and we are going to predict output from all the weak learner, and at the end, whatever priority is high, we are going to take it as a output. So that is called boosting techniques. Did you understood this flow? What is the boosting techniques? It is boosting technique is simple. Like similarly, whatever machine learning we have developed, we are going to develop a similar kind of machine learning n number of time. and whenever we have to predict something, we are going to pass with this n number of model, and at the end of the things, we are going to pick the priority of the output. That's all. It's a kind of voting. So how the vote is getting happen, like in the parliament, whenever we have to select our prime minister, chief minister, how the things is getting done. So similar kind of things is here. Did you understand? Any question is here? Boosting? No question? That's fine. So now, so now, so the question is weak classifier, why tree? Okay. First, what is the weak classifier? So weak classifier is slightly better than the random guessing. So let's suppose I have to select, I have to select from the option 1, 2, 3. So let's suppose I have to select one option 1, 2, 3. Out of 1, 2, 3, there is a one option is correct. So instead of selecting randomly any option, why cannot go with the weak learner, and weak learner can decide whatever things has to be selected? That is called weak learner. Okay. The pros and cons of this boosting techniques is that computationally, pros is what? Computationally scalability. Like, okay, anyway, right now we have a 3 model. Tomorrow, if we have to increase the number of weak learner, we can increase at all. So that's what, which is called the scalability. Its scalability is very high. Second pros is what? Handle missing value. So it handle the missing value. I'll tell you how. So let's suppose any kind of data, let's suppose we have a m cross n data it is, and m cross n data, out of m cross n data, we have some fields are missing, right? So whenever we are going to pass this data here in the model 1, model 2, model 3, so it will automatically handle this missing value. Okay. And third is that robust to outlier. So ultimately, whenever we are going to pass same data with the multiple model, it will automatically handle the your outlier. So whenever, like, let's suppose outlier, I think you already know, and does not require the feature scaling, can deal with the irrelevant inputs and interruptible, and handle the mixed prediction as well. Like, let's suppose some model is saying, uh, let's suppose, okay, so mixed prediction is what? Just try to understand. So let's suppose some data having the output or target column is first, second, third. It's a qualitative or quantitative. Okay, so you can understand this is the qualitative, but other model is picking this 1, 2, 3 as the quantitative. Oh, sorry, qualitative. So qualitative means first, second, third position. But for you, it's a kind of number, right? So some model can understand this as a quantitative data as well. Some model can understand this as a qualitative data as well. So both the situation, these boosting techniques will get fixed. Okay, these are the different pros are there. Now coming to the cons as well. Like pros, there is a multiple cons as well. So cons is what? Inability to extract the linear combination of the feature, and high variance leading a small computational power. So whenever data is will get vary more, like, in the target column there is a too much variance as there. So in that case, this model will not be good enough. Okay, so this is called boosting. Now, any question with the boosting? It's a very simple. I'll show you the development part as well. But if anyone is asking what is ensemble, first thing is that ensemble is nothing but combination of different machine learning algorithm. So instead of getting response with one machine learning, why cannot do the voting of different machine learning algorithm, and based on the voting we are going to decide which output should be predict. That's all. This is called ensemble machine learning. So what are the different ensemble machine learning techniques coming into the picture? First is boosting, boosting, grave, XGBoost. Okay, so bagging and boosting. Okay, these are the two algorithms is coming under the ensemble machine learning. One is bagging, another is boosting. Boosting is what? Inside of boosting, again different algorithms are coming. Boosting, XGBoosting. These are the different algorithms. Similarly, bagging, inside of bagging, again different algorithms are coming. Right? Hope you understood what are different type of ensemble machine learnings are there. Number one, bagging. Second one is boosting. That's all. And inside of boosting, again, different algorithms are there. What is the advantage and disadvantage of the boosting techniques that we have seen? Any question, guys, so far? In boosting, just we have a voting concept. That's all. And now we'll discuss about the bagging concept.
Any question? Cool. Now let's discuss about the ADA boosting. ADA boosting is what? The step to implement the ADA boost algorithm using the decision tree. So here what we are trying to do, just try to understand. So let's suppose we have a one decision tree dt1. We have another decision tree which is called dt2. We have another decision tree which is called dt3. Blah blah blah, like this we have a n decision tree. Now out of n decision tree, every decision tree will give the output, right? Output 1, output 2, output 3, and output n. Every decision tree will give this output 1, output 2, output 3, output n. Now what we are trying to do, we are trying to develop a decision tree with the ADA boosting, which is called adaptive boosting as well. So here, don't worry about the mathematics part. I will discuss in very depth. Don't worry. So just understand the concept. Theoretical concept is very important here. So what we are trying to do in case of ADA boosting, we are going to check output 1, how many model has been predicted like output 1, how many model has been predicted output 2, how many model has been predicted output 3, and based on that we are going to prioritize, which is called ADA boosting. And this prioritization they are making with the help of the decision tree, not by the count. So this is called adaptive boosting. Any question? So here they are going to apply the internally decision tree, and based on that they are going to predict these things. Okay, now coming to the part like how they are going to develop these things. So let me show you with the help of development part as well. So what I did, I just imported a data set, and this data set is just because of heart disease. Okay, is the patient is suffering with the heart disease or not? So there's a different features are there. Is chest pain present? Are any arteries blockage or weight of the person? So these are the different parameters is there. Based on the parameters, they are going to decide whether the patient is the heart disease or not. Okay, now what we are going to do, any questions so far? Like we just import the data, and just I wanted to show you practically implementation of ADA boosting, adaptive boosting. Any question? Cool. So now okay, so we just imported a data set. It's a very simple. Now there are table of 8 rows in our data set, hence we will initialize the sample weight of 1 by sample weight. Now what we are trying to do, we are going to, so you can see we have 8 rows, right? 8 rows are there. So now we are going to initialize the weight with w is equal to 1 by 8, and n is what? Number of rows, as 1 by 8 in the beginning. And at the beginning the sample are equally important, so every sample are important here. So what we are going to do, we are going to initialize the sample weight is equal to 1 by 8, 1 by 8, 1 by 8 for all the rows. Now what we are going to do, we will consider the individual column to create the weak decision maker as shown below, and then try to figure it out what is the correct and incorrect prediction based on the column. So here is the chest pain present. Now chest pain, how many chest pains are present? So heart patient, no heart patient. So here is the heart patient, how many chest pain are present? So if you can see, heart patient, how many heart patients are there? Four heart patient, no means, and four there is no heart patient are there. So how many 4 heart patients are there which having the chest pain? So 1, 2, 3. So you can see chest pain, 3 patients out of the 4 heart patient, 3 having the chest pain, correct, and 1 don't have the chest pain. Similarly for no heart patient, 2 are the correct. 2 are the correct means heart patient, chest pain is there, and 1 is not a chest pain. Any question so far? I think it should be 2. Incorrect also should be 2. There is a miss right here. Any question so far in this diagram? Question? Hello. Cool. So now we are going to check for the any artery blockage are there. How many are there? So let's suppose heart patient. How many heart patients is there? And artery blockage. How many artery blockages are there? So artery blockage is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 artery blockages are there. Yes. And out of 6, how many are heart patients are there? So you can see 1, 2. Okay, I'll draw it out. Okay, so it will be easy to make your decision. So we have total, no doubt, we have total 6 patients which have artery blockage. Now, out of 6, how many are heart patients? So you can see 1, 1, 2, 2, and no. Okay, I'll make it different color then. This is red. This is red. Okay, and oh my bad. This is not a artery blockage, right? 1 minute. So this is yes, and this is yes. So I'll make it yellow only. This is artery blockage, and this is also heart disease. 3 are there. Now coming to the this portion, this is also artery blockage, but heart disease is not there. Artery blockage, but there is no heart disease. Similarly, 4, this is also artery blockage are there, but no heart patient. Similarly, this also is there, this also is there. You can see 3 patients are the heart disease and 3 patients are not heart disease, which having the artery blockage. So simple, we made this concept here as well. You can see heart patient, total 3 correct and incorrect is 3. Okay. Now similarly, we are going to, okay, similarly, which don't having the heart disease, like similarly, which don't having the artery blockage, but they are suffering with the heart disease. So how many are those? So you can see 2 cases are there where there is no artery blockage are there. Out of 2, 1 is out of 2, 1 having the heart disease, means heart patient is there, and 1 is don't have the heart patient. Similarly, we made it like this only. So you can see where it went. So we have a 1 is correct. Yes, artery blockage was there and 1 was not. So these are the small weak learners. Weak learners we are going to make. Similarly, body weight. So we are going to make a body weight as 176, and so how many are the one? How many patients which having who's having the weight more than 176, and how many patients which don't having the weight less more than 176? So we have found total we have 3 patients which having the body weight is more than 176 and less than 176 is total 5. So whoever the weight is 176, they are heart patient. You can see 3 are there, 3 are heart patient. But less than 176, we found 4 are the heart patient and 1 is not a heart patient. Now what we are going to do, see, I'm just trying to explain the mathematical concept with the help of these diagrams. Okay. Now what we are trying to do, we will now calculate the Gini index of the individual terms using the following formula. So you can see Gini index we are trying to calculate, and I think you already know what is Gini index, right? So here what we are trying to do, weighted to the fastest, means weighted of the decisions. Now weighted of the decision is what? 1 by 8, and this is the formula to calculate the Gini impurity, right? So Gini impurity of the chest pain. So here is what? P is what? Probability. Okay. So you can see how we calculated here. Just I will tell you. So let me write it out. Here the probability will be chest pain, right? So chest pain. Can anyone calculate the Gini impurity for the chest pain? Anyone would like to try? Forget or still remember? Forgot. That's okay. It was expected. No worries. What you guys did over this weekend? Last weekend was the holiday, and going in last week was also I consider as a holiday. So it's an excuse. If your office is important, then you can continue with your office. Why you are learning these extra skills? If you are learning, then you have to give your time. That's a fundamental point I always used to say with any student or any candidate. I believe 9 to 5 job it is, and I do respect that job time. You have to be 100% with that time. But after 5, again, you can consider as a 3 hours for your graph period. And after 3 hours, like 8, after 8, you can spend 2 or 3 hours at least in a day so that you can prepare these things. This situation I never we expect with any kind of thing. Like it's just next to next last week we learned this Guinea indexing, impurities, everything, and now everything is gone. Cool. So fine, it's your life. You guys can decide whatever you want to do. Okay, Guinea impurity is basically is what? 1 log of 2 p into log of 2 base p minus 1 minus p log of 1 minus p raised to. This is the Guinea impurity formula, right? So apply these things here and you will get the Guinea impurity. I'm not going to explain anything again. So you will get a Guinea impurity. Like probability of correct is what? 3 by 4, and probability of incorrect is what? 1 by 4. So apply these things. So here will be 3 by 4 and log of 3 by 4 base 2 minus log 1 minus p, like 1 minus p value is 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 into log of 1 by 4 base 2. Calculate these things, you will get a Guinea impurity for this section. Similarly, calculate the Guinea impurity for this section. Add all those things, you will get the Guinea impurity for chest pain. Similarly, you have to calculate for any artery blockage or not. So I believe you guys can do it out. See, if you will not show interest, I am not interested to give you the mathematical derivation. I can just call the library and I can get my things done. That's all. For me, these things is very easy to do these things. Just I have to call the library and everything you get it done at the back end. I'm not interested to explain how the result came. And then you can also be like that, how it become 1 plus 1, 2, right? So in order to achieve that position, like how it become 1 means 1 plus 1 something else, not 2, then you have to understand the mathematical concept. What is getting happen in the back end of the mathematics? That's the important here. Okay. So it's choice on you. You guys can select these things, but yeah. So they have calculated the Guinea imperative of chest pain. They have calculated the Guinea imperative of artery blockage, and similarly Guinea indexing for body weight. That's fine. Now we will calculate now, and we select the tree with the lowest Guinea imperative, right? So what is the Guinea imperative lowest? Body weight, and this will be the first decision maker of our model. Now we'll calculate the contribution of this tree stump in our final decision using the formula contribution 1 minus 2. Okay, this is basically a simple same formula like this formula. So what we are trying to do, so now we are going to calculate the contribution of this tree stump on our final decision using the formula contribution is like which model is making how much contribution to make the final decision, that we are going to calculate with the this formula. So here, as the stump classified only one data correct incorrectly out of the 8, hence the total error is 1 by 8. And putting this into the formula, and contribution is 97%. So you can see formula, we get the contribution about 97%. So we will now calculate new weight using the formula, like increase the weight, like initially how much was there. So contribution 1 by 8 into e to the power 0.97. So now new weight will be this one. Now we are going to change the weight, and we are getting the final weight. New weight will be, initially the weight was 1 by 8. Now new sample weight become 0.5. And same thing we are going to repeat, and we are going to calculate the final decision. That's all. It's called ADA boosting. Okay. Now coming to the gradient boosting. So gradient boosting is something, just try to understand in that way. 1 minute. So if I'll talk about the gradient boosting, okay, everyone in this universe want to get stable in their life. That's a universal truth, except exceptional cases. So I also want stable life in my life. You also want stable life in your life. Everyone wants stable in their life. Let's suppose I want to drop a ball from this corner. So what is the point of stability for this ball? Can anyone explain me? What will be the point of stability for this ball? It's rolled down. So which point it will get stable? So the point of stability will always be here, right? If ball by any chance it will reach at this place, it will be stable, right? Yes. 1 minute, huh? I'm getting one call. Hmm. Okay, that's fine. So this will be our point of stability. So gradient boosting trees is basically what we are trying to do. We are going to apply an algorithm in such a way so that we will update our weight. Weight is basically nothing but your learning parameter or learnable parameter, you can say. So we are going to change our learnable parameter weight in such a way so that this ball will reach to the stable point. Okay, that's a technique of gradient boosting. So gradient boosting trees a decision tree as the estimator. It can work with the different loss function. Loss function can be anything like regression, classification, risk modeling, and evaluate its gradient approximately it with the simple tree and stays wisely that minimize the overall error. So I always told you, right, everyone want to get stable in their life. So this ball is also want stability. They don't want to move here and there like this. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to update some weight and it will reach so that it will reach at this point. So this is called global minima in ML or AI term, which is called GLOBL, global minima. So if you can, if you want to see it with the graphical representation, I can show you gradient boosting GP. So can you see this diagram? So here there is a two type of minima it is, which is called global minima, another is local minima. Just try to understand what is the global minima and local minima. So see, the in this point only two ball reach in this section, right, which is called local minima because the depth of this minima is lesser than this depth, right? So and this depth is called global minima. So if the ball can reach at this place, no one can remove from here. That's what this is called global minima. So what we are trying to do, just try to understand. So here we are going to update our learning rate. This ball is here we are going to update the learning rate and it will reach to some point, it will reach to some point, it will reach to some point, and after some time, some iteration, it will reach to the minima position, which is called global minima. Now, you might ask, okay, sir, can we increase the learning rate so that it will directly reach to the global minima? You can, but with this one, another problem can appear. That's the one thing. I'll tell you what is that problem. This problem is called exploding gradient descent problem. What is called exploding gradient descent? देखो, अगर आप बहुत तेजी से पढ़ना स्टार्ट करोगे, you can do two things. Either you will crack your exam very fastly. Second problem will be, or else you might skip some important chapter, right? And which chapter is very important for your foundation building or base building or your examination. So ultimately you will get fail. Though you can crack your test examination, but in your life you cannot do anything. So that's what we are not going to increase the weight at the some very high. So that is called exploding gradient descent. What will happen if you are going to increase the learning rate drastically? So what will happen? This ball will come to this, and then this, and then this, and this will go out from this box. And this is called exploding gradient problem. Did you understood why we should not increase the learning rate at the very frequently or very high? It always increase a fractional value, not very high. This is called exploding gradient descent problem. Okay, it's a very important term whenever you will go for the deep learning concept. I'm not going in the mathematical term, but yeah, gradient descent you can apply with this. So here all the mathematical terms are given, but yeah, you no need to learn mathematical term. If you interested, then I can explain that part. But to make me explain, to make me enable to explain you, you have to deserving candidate. That's all. But I don't have any problem to explain you. But yeah, gradient descent is just because of that. Like we are going to achieve the global minima, and we are going to apply some mathematical term. Similarly, XGBoost. XGBoost is the combination of both things, gradient descent or ADA boost. That is called XGBoost. Okay, so this is called XGBoost, means nothing but it's a hybrid model. Now, so now we are going to implement the Python implementation with all the model. So what we are trying to do, we are just going to import. And where are we in those project? I have given some ADA techniques for the I think diabetes data set, right? Where are we on this? Where are we, Shashank? Did you start it or what? You started? Okay, share me now. Please do share. You can share in the drive day 30. I want to see now. Where are we on it? And how means how frequently you guys are connecting to each other? See, if you cannot complete a single project end to end, you will not be confident. Frankly, I'm speaking, you will not be confident in the interview. End to end application building is very important. Any kind of machine learning, you go with the linear regression, simple machine learning itself. So you have to complete end to end application. Then only you will get to know about the domain, and you will get to know about the further things, what the further we can apply, right? So still I already told you, right? Like you are at the position of just 20%, not a 50% as well. So just think about that, where are you staying? Okay, I'm waiting for your uploading of EDA techniques. Please upload now. Day 30. You have a right access. Yes. Anybody else? Okay. Okay, in Google Colab also you are not getting that plot. In Google Colab also you are facing this problem. Is it so? And is it facing this problem only for this particular system, or every system you are facing this problem? Why I'm not? Okay. Okay, then if it is a problem in Google Colab, then do share your Google Colab link. I wanted to see. Hmm. Yeah, do share your Google Colab link. Huh? I'll see at my end what is the problem there. Cool. Fine. So let's implement the XZ boosting here, and then we will see onto that problem. We'll discuss about it. Okay, we'll try to solve it out. And then, okay, and I'm going to start a DVC class. DVC is again important term. It will go 1 week or 10 days class will be. So if anyone interested, they can join DVC class. So DVC is very important. DVC is basically called as data version controlling. So how we are going to track our code, which is called Git. Okay. Similarly, to track the data or model, because these are the files are very huge, long file, right? And the sizes are in TB, gigabyte, MB. This cannot be tracked by Git. So in order how to make that trackable, or you can visit some medium block where someone has been written like data as a code, how we can convert our data as a code, that is called DVC. So I'm going to explain you from the scratch the DVC part in separate class, where you can convert your any project into part of DVC, and people are using this thing. I'll tell you the benefit of the DVC in that class, but yeah, so this is the extra point we are going to add in the class. But if you anyone interested, they can join with me. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I got your things. Okay, fine. Thank you, Sasank. I'll see after this class. Please hold on. Okay. Okay. So what we are trying to do, we are just importing our, see, this is again XZ Boost. It's just a library we have imported. But if you can see the at the back and forth, how many machine mathematical, okay, ultimately machine learning is nothing but establishing the mathematical relationship between your input and output. That's called machine learning. I never think more than this. So these things is getting done by the different library. That's all. So now we are going to import this XC boost. We're going to import this. Okay, XZ boost is not found from sklearn. I think sklearn dot ensemble. XZ boost is a combination of both. Grid, yeah, yeah. Did you understood? Ensemble dot. Okay, okay. Just a minute. Let me see which. Maybe a different library need to be installed, I think. And getting installed. Okay, it's done. Now you can import this now. Yeah, it's done. Now I'm going to again the diabetes data set. the same data. And how many of you tried with a different data set as well? I given this assignment as well. Just bring some data set from the Kaggle or different Google data center and try to build this kind of algorithm. Just check it out how your model is performing. Try to hyper tune these things. सब चीज स्पून फीडिंग नहीं किया जा सकता. Just try to understand that way. If I'll start spoon feeding, you will not learn new thing. That's the one thing. That's the one fact here. ठीक है. Okay. Now we are going to check the data column, and we are going to make a column these things and replace the none value. We are going to replace the none value with the 0. That's all. And is none a sum present or not? No, there is no. Just a minute. So now we are going to drop is diabetic. So this is our target column and we are going to make it out. So simple. It's all model. Basic fundamental is same. Import the data. See, high level I'm saying. At the back and forth, lot of things is going on. I'll import your data set. Second thing is that segregate your target column with the input. Third thing is that split your data set into train and test. Fourth, apply your machine learning model. Fifth, evaluate your model. Sixth, tune the hyper tuning parameter. 7, train the model. 8, evaluate the model. 9, if everything is fine, deploy it. That's all. It's a simple cycle, right? Now, pre-processing, we are doing the standardization. Oh no, what happened? Now we are going to do the train test split. And here we are going to make the 70% for training and 30% for testing. And we are going to apply XGBoost. And what is the objective? It's a binary class classification, right? That's what we are going to make, a binary logistic. And we are going to train our model and we are going to apply the prediction and we check. Okay, can anyone tell me this is 100% accuracy? Is it right? No. Any machine learning model will never show 100% accuracy. If it is showing 100% accuracy, your model is biased. That's again. So you have to tune again hyperparameter. That's all about it. So if I'll see, this is our training accuracy. Now we are going to check the testing accuracy. So testing accuracy is less. So if training accuracy is this much, means like overfitting, means your model become overconfident. Overconfident in the sense of like, okay, while giving the testing, he was very overconfident, but whenever it go in any kind of real testing, it got failed. That's called overfitting. So now we are going to check this test data set, and now we are going to okay. So what is called grid search? Can anyone explain me what is grid search algorithm? I think we already know what is grid search. कौन बताएगा grid search क्या होता है? K-fold cross validations क्या होता है? What is K-fold cross validations? Anyone? No one. हाँ, कैसे होगा भाई? कोई तो मुझसे क्लास में पूछ रहा था क्या होता है के फोल्ड क्रॉस वैलिडेशन. आई हैव गिवन द प्रैक्टिकल डेफिनेशंस एंड विद द इम्प्लीमेंटेशन व्हाट इज के फोल्ड क्रॉस वैलिडेशन एंड ग्रिड सर्च. ओके, टीचर आदमी है, बताएंगे. ग्रिड सर्च इज बेसिकली, समझो चीजों को. लेट सपोज, हाँ, दैट्स वेरी गुड. बट अगर तू इस तरह से बोलेगा तो कोई जान नहीं आ रहा तेरे आंसर में. Just try to make the things how much important grid search in any kind of machine learning algorithm. ऐसे बोला करो. So whenever you are saying something, okay, we build the model, and in any kind of machine learning model, there is a n number of hyperparameters are there. and we don't know which parameter will best fit for this problem statement. So what we are trying to do, we are going to pass all the hyperparameter, all the possible hyperparameter to the grid search, and let the grid search decide which parameter is best fit for your model. That is called grid search. Did you understood? अगर तू इतना बोल देगा ना तो सामने वाला फैन हो जाएगा तेरा, ठीक है? अगर इस तरह से घबरा करके बोलेगा, इस तरह से एक लाइन में आंसर देगा तो एक लाइन का ही नंबर मिलेगा, और एक लाइन में ही बोलेगा ओके यू आर फायर्ड, यू आर रिजेक्टेड, ठीक है? तो चलते हैं ग्रेड सर्च के ऊपर. एंड नाउ व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू डू, वी आर गोइंग टू मेक द लर्निंग रेट different max depth this and an estimator, and these are the parameter from where I got, these are the parameter I got from here. XGBoost सर्च करो, XGBoost पैरामीटर्स, सब मिलता है, थोड़ा सा उंगली चलाना होगा और कुछ नहीं. XGBoost पैरामीटर्स में जाओ एंड जस्ट गो देयर एंड सर्च इट आउट. अब देखो यहाँ पे क्या क्या पैरामीटर्स रखा है. देखो मैक्स डेप्थ रखा है ना. मैक्स डेप्थ क्या काम करता है, पढ़ो इस पैरामीटर्स के बारे में. ओके, एंड देन जनरल पैरामीटर इज व्हाट, एस्टिमेटर्स होंगे कहीं पे. एंड थ्रेड इज बेसिकली नंबर ऑफ थ्रेड. देखो किसी किसी सीपीयू में क्वाड कोर प्रोसेसर होते हैं, ऑक्टा कोर प्रोसेसर होते हैं. सो इफ यू वांट टू यूटिलाइज ऑल द प्रोसेसर टू स्पीड योर ट्रेनिंग प्रोसेस, then you can use this parameter. You can implement the how many cores you want to use and you can pass it out. Okay, that's the one thing. And different parameters, just read it out, all those parameters. But yeah, so here whatever is mentioned here, these are the important parameter, these are the mandatory parameter, we can tweak it out. So now we are going to apply grid search and we are passing our XGBoost. Objective is this thing and parameters we are passing, and these are the things. Now we are going to say to grid search भैया आप मुझे आंसर बताइए. तो क्या बोल रहा है, पैराम्स इज नॉट डिफाइंड. लर्न करो, एक बार फिर से करते हैं. व्हाट हैपेंड, कुछ तो एरर आया, नहीं एरर नहीं आया. अब मैं इसमें बेस्ट पैरामीटर निकालता हूँ, क्या है ऑब्जेक्टिव. ओके, सो स्टार्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग एवरीथिंग. एंड नाउ अब मैं क्या करूंगा, बेस्ट पैरामीटर निकाल के देते हैं इसका. क्या है, objective बेस्ट पैरामीटर. I think this got changed or what? Just a minute, let me find it out. This function got deprecated. Yeah, we did a fitting only. We did fitting. While fitting, we got some error. Okay. What is this error? Learning rate contain white space. Let me see. One, two, three. I'll make it something. इसको हटा दो. एक दो तीन चार, एक दो तीन चार, एक दो तीन चार. That's all. Learning rate contain white space. Where is the white space? Okay, just a minute. If I believe do one thing, I will remove this learning rate. Now if I can try this. Okay. So maybe learning rate is not a parameter or what? Just a minute. Let me find it out. XGBoost parameters. Is their learning rate is the parameter? No. Oh, okay. They remove this parameter itself, it seems. That's what this is throwing that error. Um, so you can try with the other parameter. That's what I remove this learning rate. See, जैसे जैसे ऑल्गोरिदम मैच्योर होते जाता है वो चीजों को हटाने लगते हैं जो डेवलपर्स होते हैं दे आर गोइंग टू रिमूव द अननेसेसरी पैरामीटर्स जस्ट टू फ्रेश द कोड so that's what they removed this learning rate was important in the gradient boost not in the XGBoost but yeah I found the way now in this case you can understand what is the max depth is important and which n estimator means how much n estimator you can make it out so अब मैं क्या करूंगा इसमें लर्निंग रेट को हटाता हूँ एंड देन आई विल ट्राई दिस max depth as a 5 no max depth will be 3 क्योंकि हमारा सही सही जो max depth है that's a 3 and estimator is 10 and I will try that build the model and we'll see the accuracy now and new accuracy becomes 74 and initially कितना था रे 72 था it got increased can you see this AI में 2% accuracy increase is a huge gain okay so your accuracy become 74.8 something 75 and initially it was 72 3% का increment है now we are going to save our model and we are can pick this model and we can do the things this is called XGBoost I am giving one task to you guys can you guys do the same thing with the gradient boost techniques or and ADA boost techniques same thing just go and check for ADA boost implementation and gradient boost implementation obviously the result will not be better than this because this is the combination of both so the result cannot be better than this but yeah obviously you should try that so that's what I didn't incorporate that part in this slide but yeah you can try this do you guys want to try or I should show you the implementation we will not try you have to give the commitment that tomorrow you are going to show me the implementation of ADA boost and gradient boost इसके बाद हम लोग बैगिंग टेक्निक सीखेंगे ओके दिस इज कॉल्ड बूस्टिंग now we are going to understand the bagging I think I have already done that slide let me find it out okay have you everyone downloaded this from the drive this slides coding part is already there yeah now boosting हो गया मेरे पास bagging भी होना चाहिए let me find it out bagging if not there then I have to create okay sorry I didn't create the bagging PPT so I'll create the bagging PPT it's not done yet I have to walk around it okay now let's discuss about those assignment or internship like see internship is so who Akshay I was requesting you like I respect your timing and I respect your work I never deny for anyone but the thing is that you came here to develop something new right so you have to spend your time does it make sense so you cannot say like you don't have the time that's what you are here ठीक है this is just be mature like people others I'm not considering you to the others like you obviously you always send me your all the assignments and everything okay but the thing is that everything is waste until unless you cannot complete at least one internship that's the one thing ठीक है think in that way okay so let's discuss that part okay so what is the problem let me share can you share me here Sasank your link चैट पे शेयर कर देना जो तू मुझे व्हाट्सएप किया यहाँ पे सेंड कर दे। So we are going to launch this new class from today, like DevOps plus GitOps community session. So in this community session, we are going to teach this part. So anyone interested, they can join there. So here we will start from the Linux basics and prerequisite, and then programming language and the Git basic and the containers. Here we are going to discuss Docker installation basic walkthrough and Docker in advance and the container orchestration, which is called Kubernetes, and at the end we'll do all these things. So I'm going to make this as a community session for this, because this is the very common for any kind of domain, either development, testing, AI, ML, whatever it is. That's what we are going to make it as a community session. Okay, you shared, that's fine. क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है? Who are in Bangalore, they can come to the institute. I am going there. You are in Bangalore? Okay, bring your laptop by today. Okay, I'll be there at 3 p.m. I'll see if this works. Uh-huh. You can come at 3:34 because the classes will be there like 3 to 6 or 7, I think. I don't know. But yeah, you can come around 4 anytime, like between of these three, not exactly 3. I don't want to waste your time. So, because you will come and you will sit idly. So, I'll be available like 4 के बाद आ जाना 4 4:30 बजे. It will be helpful for you. Okay. Bring your laptop. I'll see what the problem it is. Okay. दिखा तो रहा है, क्या प्रॉब्लम है इसमें? Okay. Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay, here also you are not getting. Okay. Let me try once. मेरे में भी सेम प्रॉब्लम होगा तो समझ जाएंगे भाई. Let me try this. It's your right. ठीक है. And did you check with GPU? Can you change the runtime? Just try to change the runtime to GPU. GPU basically advanced processing unit. So it's an advanced version of GPU. CPU. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you, maybe the graphical representation is not allowed by CPU, so that's what you are facing this problem. And in my system it is coming because I am using GPU. For your information, in my system there is a GPU. I think Sasan के पास भी तो GPU ही है, right? Sasan, I don't know you enable or not. That's again challenging thing. Let me try this. Let's see. Okay, you guys are taking data from the Google Drive. I should. हाँ हाँ, मैं समझ रहा हूँ दोस्त. ये मैं एक्सेल सीट डेटा भी अपलोड करना होगा फिर मुझे ड्राइव पे. ठीक है, डेटा तो मैं अपलोड कर दूं, बट डेटा मुझे मिलना भी तो चाहिए. एक मिनट. Let's fix this problem first because this is something important. Sasan, can you upload data here in this directory? D30 में अपलोड करना. सिंपल ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप कर दे उस पे. And guys, of just FYI, Rasa playlist has been launched and video has been already uploaded. Few videos has been uploaded, 3 to 4 videos I think he uploaded, and remaining are still 10 to 15 video will on the way is on the way. So it will get uploaded by coming week. But yeah, you guys can explore the Rasa framework now with my community's videos. And if you guys having any question, feel free to ask. ओके, डे 30 दो हो गया है, तो किस पे अपलोड करेगा पता नहीं. कर, अपलोड कर, देखते. मैं इसको रीनेम कर देता हूँ ना, 32 कर देगा. 32 में अपलोड करना, ठीक है, डे 32. हाँ 32 है. ठीक है, मैं देता हूँ तुझे एडिट का एक्सेस. अपना मेल आईडी बताना थोड़ा. SHAS. हाँ, and I will give you right editor access. Now do you have a 32 वाला का right access? Just try there. उसी मेल आईडी से कर रहा है ना. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so let me connect with the drive first. It got connected. Seems to be connected. Now I can see these things now. Hmm. ठीक है। Value Excel file format cannot be, तो क्या है? दिया है CSV, कॉल कर रहा है एक्सेल। चलो कोई बात नहीं, चलो आ गया तेरा। What these things? अच्छा, so it's not coming for the GPU as well. What is display? Not. Yeah, we did the same thing. So, did we imported this thing? मैटप्लॉटलिब इंपोर्ट किया है? इंपोर्ट तो है। मैटप्लॉटलिब नहीं है। डॉट सो अच्छा ये वाला ट्राई कर ले। Okay. And there is one more way you can do, like you can save this image, right? Can you try to save the seaborn plot image in your local system hard drive and just try to check it out whether it's showing these things also is showing the same thing or what? Or else box plot ही plot करना, right? Can we do go ahead with subplot figure size with box plot? Plot box. Okay, there is a problem. It seems like a problem with the Seaborn library itself. So we can try with something else. Box plot, pandas, pandas, box plot visualize pandas and Seaborn. So let me see the Seaborn pandas. Pandas plot lake parameter line. Try this. Let me try this first. it will work, then can go ahead with it. It false. Okay, just let me try this as well. Get.csv. It will bug, then it's fine. So here, what is our data frame name? DF. Okay. And what is our target column? Pregnant and diabetes, right? The target column. Outcome. This is our target column, right? So by target column this and column का नाम क्या कह रहा है column का नाम इसमें? You can copy this. So pregnancy है. And, glucose. So BMI. Function. Read false and this blah blah blah. देखते हैं चला करके. ये कॉलम हाँ आ तो रहा है बट कॉलम इंसुलिन बीएमआई इज नॉट फाउंड. ओके चल तेरा काम तो मैंने करवा दिया है बट ओके 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 दैट्स फाइन. थैंक यू. Yeah, so you can make a plot size something bigger, but yeah, you can plot this like this way. You can make a plot size something bigger. Or else you can do one more thing. That's one's thought of mine. Yeah, one by one you can plot. For pregnancy you can plot, for other column you can plot like this. Okay, did you understood what we did? Yeah, like this. Colorful nahi hoga, but at least you can make your interpretation correct. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is all about that. So tomorrow मैं DBC का एक class लूंगा, okay, morning itself. So we'll start with picking the one problem statement which is called diabetic problem only. But yeah, if you have other problem statement, you can bring it out. I'll show you how the DBC implementation is getting done, and you can implement the same thing in your project as well. Okay, does it make sense, guys? I'll show you everything from scratch, the DBC part. So you guys can add this part in your project, in your resume as well. Okay, you have worked on the DBC. I'll show you everything, DBC Studio integrated with the GitHub, everything from the scratch. And that feel like complete your class. and I'm afterwards I'll wrap it your class by tomorrow, and not by tomorrow. It will take 1 or 2 class to complete the DVC. Okay, DVC will deserve some time. It need time to integrate at all. But yeah, afterwards you guys are happy to join any class. It's always I used to speak this thing. So new batch is going on. There you can join. There I'm gonna start a bit from the Python like today, the very basic Python, then advanced Python, then SQL, MongoDB, and everything will be like whatever I spent time with you guys. So everything will be taught again in that batch. So if anyone is interested, they can join. Otherwise, you can raise your question over the community. That's always be I'll be available there. Yeah. Sure, sure. I'll be sharing the MLD only. Yeah. Okay. So it's a offline plus online mode, both hybrid class will be. So you guys, if you guys are open to work, come at the institute. Institute is open, and all or else come with the on 3 p.m. afternoon 3 p.m. Okay. So but yeah, please try to join over the online as well. That's okay. Make sensible. Offline is also fine. No problem for me. Okay. Cool, guys. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for your time. We'll catch you tomorrow with the DVC. Next implementation will be DVC. It's a very important topic. And again, it's not a part of your curriculum, but I'm interested to teach because I did personally some research on the DVC. I written some Medium blog. I'll explain that part as well. What is my thought with the DVC, how we can improvise the DVC, so that I always give this favor to any class other DVC. Okay, that's the thing. Fine. Fine, guys. Thank you. We'll catch up you tomorrow, the same time. Thank you. Yeah, sure.